Welcome to day number 5. I can't believe it's already been 5 days. I'm running quite a few Facebook ads, so I've been investing in that as well. So that's another avenue that I have going to try to generate some leads for my 9x12 business. And I've gotten some likes, and I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 people that have reached out. They're not doing very good. So today what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to kind of take a step back and analyze my stats, and I'm going to share all that, and I'm going to also walk you through why my ads are probably not working. Show you an example of one ad that I'm running that is working in the sense of building awareness. And I'm taking the time to do this because while I'm out there visiting businesses or sending emails, I need another mechanism that is out there doing some selling, some educating, getting some brand awareness, building my brand up, and staying in front of local business owners on a consistent basis. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you're like me, the risk is high, right? When you're thinking about running ads and you don't have many people that are signed up on your card yet. I'm Jose, your 9x12 method guy that tells you the raw and uncut truths about the struggles and wins in the 9x12 method industry. And in this video, I'm going to go over why ads aren't working and what I'm doing to help improve my ads. Typically, when it comes to ads, we all like to, put an ad up and then try to get that instant ROI. And that is what everybody's doing. So think of it as a red ocean. So a red ocean is where you have multiple people fighting for the same, we'll call it fish, right? So typically there's always about ready to buy people. There's about 1 to 3% of people that are ready to buy right now. And because of that, it costs quite a bit of money to obtain these people, right? To get these leads. Now, we have seen if you follow some other channels or if you're in the community, but the reason why those ads tend to cost more or takes longer is because we are competing with other people, right? So you probably see ads maybe on your news feed where, people are trying to sell to businesses or trying to sell, Facebook ads or Google ads and so on, right? So we're competing with all these other people. So when you're running an ad, one thing to know is that when you run an ad and your ideal client sees it, they're not only seeing your ad, they're seeing your competitor's ad. Maybe not 9x12 people, right? But they're seeing other ads that are competing with yours. So we're all competing to try to get that 1 to 3% of people while we're ignoring the 97% of people that aren't ready to buy yet, but doesn't mean that they're not our ideal client. Because of those 1 to 3%, sometimes, you'll have the success where it's like all of a sudden it's just like, you're getting a lead or 2 leads, but eventually that dries up because there's only 1 to 3% of people. And again, you're competing with all these other people to get the attention of the target that you're going after. The bad thing is that I know all of this stuff, but as a small business owner, I'm like, I need to get that ROI. So, so here I am firing off all these ads, going after that 1 to 3%, and I'm just burning through cash. Right. And it's just like, so, if you've seen some of my other videos, I think I mentioned it where, so far I've only been able to get 1 client. So I'm no expert. So I'm right there with you. If you're currently doing the 9x12 and you're having struggles, I'm right there with you. So, I'm working, being successful like some of our other peers that are having great success. So what I'm going to do is pause the ad that is going straight after that 1 to 3% of people. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to move that towards the bottom of the funnel, and I'm going to explain that right now. So here's what the bottom of the funnel is going to look like. So currently right now, I do have another ad that I've been running, and it's a video ad. So what I'm going to do here is I need to accumulate people that are watching this video. And as soon as I have a big enough audience of people that have been watching this, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the offer and I'm going to turn that ad, I'm going to turn that one on, but I'm only going to target the people that have been watching this video because now these people have shown interest because they are watching the video. Now that video that I'm talking about, that's going to be what's called your top of funnel, right? So we are trying to grab attention of our potential clients. So that video needs to basically be bringing awareness you want to educate them, and then you can do a soft pitch. Because we're a local business, we can do a soft pitch. Now, if you were selling like a coaching service or, something else that's like super high ticket, then you would want to focus more on the educational stuff, right? And being able to solve a small problem for your viewers. Now, you can focus on solving a small problem for them, just because you want to be building that trust. And by staying in front of them with this video here, that's what you're doing. You're building trust. They're getting to know you. They're getting to like you. And then all of a sudden you got, I believe, what's called a parasocial relationship, where then they start to feel like they know you, even though you have no clue that they exist. And that's the point that we want to get to, right? So we want to create a parasocial relationship with our audience, so that when we have them pretty warmed up, now, I know I didn't write it on here, but then we can start pitching them our offer. Think of it like this. When we are showing this video to the business owners in our community, it's building an audience. So as it's building an audience, right, we're building a list. We don't have their email address, we don't have their phone number, but it's building a list of viewers. And then so one of the things that you can think about is, these are the 97% of people, right? They're not ready to buy right now. So we got the sad face, right? So this is a conveyor belt right here. So by building this audience here, we're putting these people onto this conveyor belt, and with time, they're going to be moving towards the end there, where you have the happy face, where then we make a sale. It is going to take more than just one video to make that happen. So as they're watching this first video and now they're on the conveyor belt, we need to be pushing them towards this part that we want, right? Or we want to make that sale. So we then need to have more content, more videos to continue to build that parasocial relationship, right? So these other videos right here is what's going to then start pushing them towards the smiley face. Now, these would also be paid ads because we want to be able to get in front of them. So we are going to target the people that are watching this top of funnel video, so that we can start pushing them towards that smiley face. And as you can see, I don't have that many people on this conveyor belt, because it is going to start small. And then depending on your budget, right? Because if you have a low budget, we're not going to be able to build this list quick enough. But this is a long-term play, so it's not going to happen overnight. So we're trying to build a brand. We're trying to make it to where when people are thinking about direct mail and where they need to go to, run a campaign, that they think of us, right? So we want to build our brand. We want to position ourselves as the go-to postcard guy, marketer guy in our community, and it's going to take some time. And this is a long-term play, like I said. So the goal is to get as many people onto this conveyor belt as possible and continue to show them content, so that we can start pushing them over here and get closer to here. So it is going to take some time, but what do you think is going to happen as they continue to watch this? We continue to build this list, and then we have the other videos that are pushing them down the line. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to start to compound. So now we're going to have all these people that are on the conveyor belt, and then they're just going to start piling up over here, right? And it's going to be a lot easier to get those leads. And, obviously then we got the sales part of it, right? Being able to close the people. So this is just the part of like, how do we grab people? How do we put them on our conveyor belt? And how do we lead them towards for them to become a lead, possibly a client? Okay, so again, it's going to compound over time, and we're just pushing everybody, and then all of a sudden you're just going to have a pile of people right over here at the smiley face. And that is the goal, and that is what I'm working on right now for my ads, to help improve those. And I'm going to show you the ad that I have running. I'll probably just cut it down and edit some stuff out of it, but let's go ahead and take a look at that. Well, actually, before I do that, let me show you some stats here real quick. So what you're looking at here is the ads manager, and the particular ad that I have running, I called my ad Bob the Builder, and you'll see why here in a little bit. But what I have going on right here is, if you look towards the right there, you'll see video plays at 95% that I have highlighted in red, and then I got video plays at 100% highlighted in red. So here I have basically, we'll say 400 people. So now I have 400 people that are on my list that I can retarget. Now, this particular video is maybe 25 seconds, 50 seconds, something like that. So I want to make sure that I'm going to target I'm either going to go with the 95% or the 100%. You can target the people that have been doing the 25% or the 50% or 75%, but I feel like they're maybe not as committed yet, right? So hopefully as they continue to see this video and it keeps popping up, that they'll start to watch it more, and then they'll go over to the 95% and to the 100%. So again, at the video plays at 100%, I got 400 people on that list so far. Now, one of the metrics that I look at is to see, okay, as far as people stopping to watch it, and then what's the percentage of the whole time. Because if I can get those numbers on the high end, then that's going to reduce the cost of how many people are watching it at, the 95% or 100%. So for example, if it's costing me, let's just say $1 to get somebody to watch 100% of that video, and I look at my hold rate and my hook rate, you're going to see here in a minute. But if those numbers are low, then that means that it's costing me quite a bit of money to get people to watch 100% of that. So then what I would need to do is scratch that video, right? Scrap that one, and then either re-record it, the same message, maybe go to a different spot, change it up, do something different, maybe change the whole script, right? And then run that new ad, because the goal would be to get my hook rate and my hold rate at a pretty high number, a pretty high percentage, so that it helps bring down the cost of that. And the reason why that's important is because, again, if it's costing you $1 to get a person to watch 100%, it's going to take a lot of money to get 400, 500, 1,000 people on that list, and it's going to slow the process down. So by reducing the cost of what it's costing to get somebody to watch that 100%, we're just going to go with 100% for now. If we can reduce that cost, then we're stretching our money out and building that list faster. So here you're seeing how much I've spent so far on this video that I'm talking about. So I've spent $26.42. And if you look towards the right there, you'll see the hook rate. So I'm sitting at 54.83%. And then I have the hold rate at 18.51%, which is pretty good numbers. Now, can it be better? It can, but this is a pretty good number. And with the hook rate, typically you want to be at 40%. If you're below 40%, then that's when you need to take a look and see, okay, what can I do to grab people's attention right off the bat? And then the hold rate, 8% is a pretty good number, pretty decent number. So as you can see, I'm at 18.51%. So that's really good. So if you're below that 8%, then, people are clicking off sooner than what they should, and they're not hearing your message. And again, that's then causing your 100% video view cost to go up. And you're probably wondering, how much is this costing, since I only spent $26, right, basically on this video. So I'm currently running that video ad for $1 a day. Now, some of the ad accounts have now switched over to where you have to spend a minimum of $5. My ad account is pretty old, and I'm sure eventually it'll get switched, but currently right now I can run ads for as little as $1 when it comes to top of funnel campaigns like video views as an example. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on the screen for you so you can watch that video. Again, it's only, I think, maybe, 25 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. So not very long. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
People always ask me, hey, Bob, how do you do drywall? I don't know. My name's not even Bob the Builder. My name's Jose Morales. But what I do know is that I'm sending out about 5,000 of these postcards that's going to be featuring local businesses, and I'm sending about 5,000 of these. So if you want to be on this postcard here, it's going to be non-competing businesses. Go ahead and drop the word postcard down below or send me a message.
But as you saw, that video was more of a pitch than anything. I am getting a pretty good amount of people that are watching 100% of it, and I'm only spending $1 a day on it, so it's not too bad. I am working on another video that I'm going to do that I'm going to add to the top of the funnel, right? So then I have 2 videos that are playing that are building my list so that I can then show them the offer. And the other video is going to be more, we'll just say more educational, more awareness versus like pitching them. I will pitch them, but not as hard as I did with this video. I'm gonna fire off some emails, and then I'm gonna go do some of those follow-up visits from when I was out going business to business yesterday. So I just pulled up to this cell phone repair place that I was here yesterday, but the owner wasn't here. They told me that one of the owners should be here today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in there and talk to them about the postcard, and we'll see what happens. And I'm just looking at the names of the owners here, so when I walk in there I know who to ask for. But all right, let me go in there and see what happens. All right, didn't get anything, but at least I was able to talk to the business owner, and it sounds like they're advertising on, what do you say, Facebook and Google. Okay, so I just pulled up to that other strip center where I wasn't able to talk to one of the insurance agents because they were busy. I'm going to go in here and see if I can talk to him. I just kind of peeked through the window as I was driving by, and it looks like he doesn't have anybody in the office right now from what I could tell. So let's go in there and check it out. Okay, I got the classic line of not interested. So I wasn't able to give the information packet or anything. So more than likely, the person that I talked to was the gatekeeper, but not gonna sit there and press it. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this 5-day series. I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep visiting businesses, sending emails, sending Facebook messages, and just ramp up my cold calling. But all right, thanks for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments, and good luck to you guys.